Throughout football history, wise men have congregated to bring you the best stats, predictions, and analysis of the game. These are not those men. 3 derelict Oakland Raiders fans expelled from clown school for shaping inappropriate balloon animals at children's birthday parties and borrowing the school clown car to attend a Murphy's Law gig in Brooklyn. With no ambitions outside of rodeo barrel racing and the Shiner Circus, they made their way to the rolling hills of northwestern New Jersey and established a home at the Irish Cottage Inn. Surrounded by Jets and Giants fans, they called in reinforcements and established a circus sideshow of their own, known as the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole. Join the party each week on the Fan Club Blitz, a wild ride into the world of die-hard football team fan clubs from across the globe with your hosts, Splatterhead, Blitz, and Tom, Clown School Rejects.
All right.
What's happening?
We are here. Splatterhead.
Tom, Fitz has a toothache.
So, sitting in for the time being is... You might want to turn your mic on.
Yeah, it's Patrick.
He's a singer.
yeah. He doesn't remember those things. They're usually marked with Sharpies.
I got roadies to do that for me.
So we have a Raiders game going on today.
Yeah, we do. I think they're already playing.
Yeah.
I think something's happening. I don't know.
It's all tied up at nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The Colts should.
Yeah, the Colties are somewhere around midfield.
Yeah.
So, Donkey Juniors. So.
Do the Cowboys play yet?
I don't know. Aren't they playing? I don't know who they're playing. I don't know.
I think they did play, but I don't know who they're playing.
All I know is Amari Cooper is the answer to their prayers, according to all the experts and Jerry Jones. This is the dynamic receiver they've been wanting for years.
Yeah.
And they finally got back a decent coach, but everybody's jumping on his ass because it's just his first year.
Yeah. Tell me about it. A bunch of morons out there.
You got to clean up the mess from the last guy before you can get on the new guy's ass.
Yeah. Look, when you hire a new head coach, you're starting over, people.
Yep.
Like it or not. And all you people complaining that, we've been rebuilding for 18 years. Listen, some of these guys that are on that team were in diapers 18 years ago. This team has been rebuilding since John Gruden took over.
Yes.
The fact that you've been a fan for, however many years, and you've been watching your team rebuild. They rebuild every time they bring in a new coaching staff.
Yeah, really.
I just saw they had John Gruden as head coach for 5 years, but it's only his first season back after 10 years now.
Yeah.
7 games back?
Yeah.
Not even his first season. 7 games.
That's right.
So I have some interesting theories. Based on what Johnny's doing and what Reggie's doing and the thing for the team.
Tom's got theories?
Hey, yes, I have theories.
Let's hear them.
I have a good one and a bad one, man. The Giants started blowing up all of their crap this week, just like the Raiders, trading off, their best guys for draft picks. I don't know, but the Giants got a 5th-round draft pick for Snacks Harrison. And if anybody knows about Snacks Harrison, he's the #1 run stopper the last 4 years in the NFL.
Hang on, I got a Facebook alert here.
Oh, okay. What did we do?
It says, Tom's reminder is happening now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means. Was I
know.
supposed to remind you of something?
Yeah, I think remind me I'm supposed to be here drinking, watching the Raiders game.
Okay.
I think that's what it means. Look at that. We're trashing the place already. But here you go. You got, the Raiders need help on defense, obviously. You have the #1 run stopper in the league, and the Giants are desperately wanting to get rid of his salary, which is, it hits their cap like, I think they said something like 18, 19 million over 3 years. It's like $4 million this year, $7 million next year. I don't know, like $8 million the following year or something like that. Cheap for this guy. And the Raiders were sleeping because the Giants got a 5th rounder for him, and the Lions gave it up. And now you're getting, like, not like some retread, not some, like, BS guy. You're getting the guy ranked number 1 in stopping the run for 4 straight years. And this year he's, like, up there, like 1-2.
Wow.
And they got a 5th rounder for him. Why is, Reggie and Johnny are sleeping on this crap? You're blowing up the team, fine. But you also want to add to the team. And if you're budget conscious, that guy was a great guy to have in the middle of the defensive line,
I hear you.
So, and my other theory is
this a good one?
Yeah, I seen Odell Beckham's name thrown around out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Colts got a touchdown.
Of course they did. They wouldn't have it any other way. But, if Reggie can coerce the Giants in paying 1/3 of Beckham's salary and tossing them one of those first-round picks, maybe the one they got for Cooper, I think the Giants would bite. And then going into Vegas, you got Derek Carr and Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, man.
Which is a considerable upgrade from Derek Carr and Amari Cooper. And
Amari Pooper?
Yeah, and there's your dynamic star power you want going into Vegas.
Hey, guys, like I said. And so the Colts are up 7, so
yeah. Poop.
There it is.
Poop, there it is. Look at that, So, you have to, and I'm sure the Giants would love to have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Because they need a quarterback. So,
I'll tell you,
and that would work for the money because he's not getting paid what Mac is. He's making less than Derek Carr. If the Giants pay 1/3, the Raiders still have a load of salary cap.
If the Raiders go for it, or if the Raiders don't go for it, Raider Nation's going to lose their minds.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Exactly.
They're going to cry.
Yeah.
And they're going to.
Once this news gets out there about Tuesday, Wednesday this week, because for some reason everything I say comes out.
Right.
We'll know. So
that's because as I'm editing these podcasts, I'm sending them out to all the sources.
Yeah.
Unnamed sources.
Chuck's fishing them out to AP.
There's a lot of sources have indicated that the locker room is against Derek Carr.
I think Lee Smith kind of in his interview kind of put a squash on that.
I was born my dad's rookie year for the Dallas Cowboys, so I've been around the NFL since birth, my entire life. My father played 6 years in this league. I'm going on 8 years. So there's a lot of NFL football that's been a part of my family my whole life and a part of my life. And all these reports about this locker room being fractured with Derek Carr is the most obnoxious and ridiculous thing I've heard ever. It's to the point to where it's comical and laughable that I'm even sitting here talking about it. Us as players have zero issue with Derek Carr. He is our leader. He's always been our leader. We put a C on his chest for a reason, along with Rodney Hudson. And regardless of what face he makes after a tackle or what everybody wants to dive into and wear him out about, attacking his character or attacking him as a leader on this football team is a joke. And I hope that everyone hears me loud and clear of what a joke it is. It's frustrating. It's annoying, and it's laughable and not fair to him when it's obviously not coming from inside this locker room. Anybody can say whatever they want. Coach Gruden and Derek are going to take all the bullets. We're 1-5. We're not playing the football we want to play. Coach Gruden had a lot of expectations coming in. We had a lot of expectations coming in. I understand that those two guys take most of the bullets, and those two can definitely handle it. If anybody can handle it, it's Derek Carr, based off of the person he is and the character he has. But to ever insinuate that there's an issue inside this locker room with our leader and our captain is the biggest joke I've ever seen. And I've been around this league my whole life. I was my wife, because of how much she loves Derek, because my wife thanks Derek on a regular basis for helping me be a better man off the field. Based off of her love for Derek, she pulled up a video last night. and it was Tony Gonzalez and James Harrison and a couple other guys, and hell, they were talking about his religious beliefs and his political views and all kinds of crazy things that have no relevance inside our locker room and inside our brotherhood.
Lee, how do you think Derek's holding up under it? Like, do you see it weighing on him at all, the outside stuff?
Listen, guys, he's a human being. I mean, we're human beings. We're not robots, okay? He's got a 1-5 record as a starting quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. That's hard enough on him, much less, him worrying about his two sons, happening to see an article that he's not tough. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, of course it's bothering him. He's human. I'm human. I don't want people bashing me all over the internet for my friends and family to see, So I think any man would lie, would say that it would be lying if they said it didn't bother him. Why wouldn't it, right? We're all human beings in this business. I think that's missed. I think that's the perspective that's missed. Listen, Derek makes $25 million a year. Coach Gruden's well paid, obviously. They're our head coach and our quarterback. They're going to take the bullets. And you know what? For the most part, I would never do this because that's part of their gig, and they both get it, and they both can handle it. But if anybody can handle it, it's Derek Carr. With his character and the person he is and the leader he is, he'll take the bullets for everybody else in this locker room all day long. But Derek Carr wasn't the one getting himself hit over and over in Seattle. I can promise you that. It was me. It was everyone else on this team that was getting his head dented in. So, and I don't think he's blamed anybody, has he? No, I can promise you he hasn't, because he's a better man than anybody standing here. So, of course it's bothering him. Why wouldn't it? He's human.
Somebody can be a good man but be struggling at the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Can you have those tough conversations, if that's the case with him or your teammates right now when you're 1-5, if you see somebody on film not doing their part?
I think there's a lot of us that need to get better. We're 1-5, and Seattle was ugly, right? I don't think there's any hiding that was an ugly football game from just about everybody on the field. Derek was running for his life. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't throw the ball. We couldn't do much good anywhere. Our field position was terrible all day. So I think all of us need to look at each other. But absolutely, Derek's always going to come in here and tell us when he needs to play better. That's something that he does on a daily basis. Besides Coach Gruden, who is, like I've said before, is a wild man. I mean, I don't think he goes home ever. His wife probably sees him 3 hours a week awake. He's here all the time. Besides him, Derek Carr's in this building as much as anybody, working and trying to get better. So, of course, we have those conversations. Derek tells me when he needs a little more out of me. I do the same with him. Along with like I said, this is a brotherhood. Everything, all this noise on the outside, the reason it's so laughable is because it's all just nonsense. But I think all of us can play better. I think being a good, I agree with you. Being a good man doesn't keep you employed in the NFL. We're not here for popularity contests. We're not here to be good Samaritans. We're here to entertain people and win football games. And it's a production-based business. But Derek Carr's a great football player, and there's a reason he's got a C on his chest. There's a reason he's got a $125 million contract. This guy's, it's crazy that all of a sudden Derek Carr is even a topic of conversation. But once again, he is the quarterback. He's not having the year he wants to have. And, we see the statistics. We get it. But by no means is anybody in this locker room worried about Derek.
But what about the sources, the unnamed sources?
The sources,
don't they count?
Yeah, because the Towel Boy is no longer getting a jersey signed by Derek Carr. So the Towel Boy is pissed off.
Right.
That's the source. So,
ridiculous.
People
listen to all this crap.
Yeah. The guy that unfolds the catering table.
Yeah.
And now is the source within the organization.
Yeah.
So
probably sucks at unfolding the catering table.
He's a douche. Probably feeding him friggin' McDonald's.
That's why his job is unfolding the catering table. Like,
exactly.
Well, he can't really screw anything up. Give him the instructions. The legs go down. Flip it upside down. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Put the lock on it.
Oh, my God, this guy. He hit himself with the legs right in the head.
Jeez.
He's standing on it.
God forbid the table falls and that cheap pan of ziti falls on the floor. So,
man.
Yeah, we don't have Fitz this week because he has a toothache.
Yeah, he's got a toothache.
So, it might be from the Newman's Own tea. We don't know yet.
Yeah, so. he was, yeah. You guys didn't get to hear because our last week's episode, we had to scrap it.
Yeah.
Something happened. So technical difficulties, we try not to let that happen. I never want to scrap an episode, but since it was a bye week, I said, screw it. But Fitz is now he's off the tobacco.
Yeah.
So we caught him with some Newman's Own, and he was taking it out of the tea bag and putting it in his gums and using it like chewing tobacco.
Like chewing tobacco.
And then suddenly a week later, he's got an abscess.
Yeah,
I don't know that there's a connection.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know if there's a correlation, whatever, but, mighty big coincidence.
Yeah.
So
maybe he needs to go back to the tobacco.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the cancer was holding the tooth together.
Right.
And then when he stopped, it broke loose, and now he's in pain. So you never know. I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me, but,
Hey, I'll do my best to fill in a little bit.
Oh, look at
guys?
this. He's throwing the ball past the... He went for a first down, but...
Well, good. He went for a first down.
Yeah. So, Chucky, you're supposed to wear black. It's a home game.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Okay.
The chart told him white. So
let's go, my man.
You should be dressed in a Halloween costume as Chucky today.
You should be.
Right. I wore a Halloween costume yesterday.
Yeah, I seen it. Yes.
I was a Raider. Everybody's, Chuck the Pirate. No, I'm a Raider.
Yeah, that's right. Pirates are Raiders.
I'm swashbuckling all the way to Connecticut. Had a blast. Good time. My buddy Pete Morrissey from the band 100 Demons, and their drummer and a founding member, Rich, is also a diehard Raiders fan. So
cool.
Anyway, he puts on this is the 10th year that he had a band called the Igfits, and it started out as an original band.
Yeah.
And then they kind of scrapped that whole idea and just did Misfits covers.
Nice.
And they've been doing it for 10 years now. Every October. That's the only time they play. And they are top-notch, man. They sound better than the Misfits ever could have hoped to. And they're just great. The show is packed. It only costs $10 to get in.
Yeah.
And you're getting a better experience than you would at the Misfits.
Yeah, $250.
And then they had another band play last night called Fanzig. And they were a Danzig and they did awesome, man. They were great. And the guy playing guitar, because a couple years back I went up and played, me and two of the guys from Broken Heroes and a buddy of mine on bass. We did a Sam Hain tribute. And our bass player ended up in the hospital the night before the show. So I'm like, I got no bass player. So I called Pete, and he brought in a ringer. And this kid just, came, met us, and jumped on stage with us and played our set. And he was playing guitar last night for the Danzig tribute. Cool. So it's good stuff. So I told Pete, book me next year. What do you want? Yeah. He's like, I'll book you again. He's like, this time, though, it's got to be... He's like, there's certain bands that nobody's done yet, and it's got to be something I want. I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, it's got to be Fear or the Meatmen.
There you are, Meatmen. Meatmen, I'm going.
So now I'm doing Fear. Oh,
God.
I love the Meatmen, but...
No, nobody does the Meatmen.
No, I know. I don't think you could do it justice, man. So
you might even get Tesco V out of Michigan for
I'm doing Fear. And I told Fitz, well, you said Eddie Chimp could play those songs, so you better start learning them because you're playing bass, you monkey. So there's that.
I think anybody could do Fear better than Lee Ving did Fear the last time I saw them.
Wow.
It was good.
He couldn't remember the words.
Yeah.
He was changing the words.
Yeah.
He was, too politically correct for a band like Fear.
He spared people's feelings.
Wow.
And that was never Fear.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I might even add some lyrics.
I would add.
And he did age quite a bit since the last time I saw Fear.
Yeah. Well, the last time I seen Fear, coincidentally, was with the Meatmen.
So. The last time I saw Fear, Lee Ving attacked Pat.
Yes, he did. that old man wouldn't have jumped off stage last time.
Kicking him in the shins with his cowboy boots.
And ripped my shirt.
All right.
Well, I love Fear, though. They are one of my favorite bands.
We just went 3 and out.
Yeah. That was Par for the course.
Unless they were talking about something. It was 4th and 2, and then they went to
Yeah.
commercial. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we'll come back.
Yeah, I'm going to get some food, I think.
We'll come back with the Chris Potts and Bill Mackey halftime report.
Yeah, we'll get them in. You know, we're down fit, so we can have assorted characters on here today. You never know.
That's right.
So, and
That's right.
Maybe even the local mortician.
Yeah.
Our buddy Don is here.
We'll get the Undertaker on to
we'll get the Undertaker.
bury this season.
Yeah, we'll get the Undertaker on here, who's an actual Undertaker,
That's right.
to put the nails in the coffin, so to speak.
Wow.
So,
All right.
all right, man. Later.
Pressure coming. Carr hit as he throws, and it's complete. Carr, quick pass. That's caught by Brandon LaFell with some room to run. And LaFell, extra, and it paid off there. 1st and 10. It's Harris. And Harris with another Oakland first down. Get its fans rallied up. It's a big drive right here for the Raiders. As Carr looking deep for Roberts. He's got him for the touchdown. A 31-yard hookup between Derek Carr and Seth Roberts.
All right. Well, instead of waiting until halftime,
Yeah, we decided to jump back in here.
the Raiders are starting to play football.
Yeah, this actually looks kind of good.
You know, they should be able to play football against the Colts, but
Yeah.
they're making decisions that I actually like.
Yes. Yes, these last couple of drives that the plays have been not like they've done in the last couple of weeks. I
Right.
should put that together.
Yeah. They're putting something together, and it's working, man.
Yeah.
Right now, it's working. Feel free to get on the mic there, Potts.
Yeah, maybe an offsides penalty.
Yep. Offsides on the Colts.
There we go.
Neutral zone infraction.
Okay.
He's been drawing them off all day today.
That's great, man. What do we have a pick today too, don't we?
I don't think so.
Huh?
Do we have a pick?
I thought we did. Maybe I could be mistaken.
I don't know.
It looked like it from the replay they showed, but I don't know.
I know we have a touchdown pass to Seth Roberts.
Yes.
His first one since November last year.
That's what I was going to say. It seems like forever.
And look at that. What do we have there?
Little Doug.
All right.
2.
3.
First down.
Little Doug Martin running in there. First
Yeah.
down.
All right.
He's got to step it up big time.
He has no choice now.
Yeah. He's the guy, man. That's it.
You know, he
Yeah.
has no choice. You got to step up and be the man.
Yeah,
bro. You know?
they all talk about wanting it. Well, he's got it.
Let's
So,
see. Let's see what. Show us what Gruden and McKenzie saw in you, my man.
Yeah.
But you got that first down. I'm happy with that.
Yes.
And got some positive yardage on that. So
Raiders are growing. Wow.
Timeout.
They're in field goal range if we had an actual kicker that might be able to kick a field goal. Do we?
We have that new guy.
We have Carlson.
Oh, we got a new guy.
We do. We got a new guy.
Oh, okay.
We swapped kickers.
Yeah, we don't have Magoo anymore.
No, we have
Magoo's
Carlson.
gone. Carlson. We have Carlson.
Oh, okay. Where's he from?
The Vikings, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, didn't he he's just a rookie though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we got him.
Another one of those all-time scoring college kickers that can't kick like 35 yards.
Yeah.
We got him. That's all I
okay.
know.
Yeah,
we got
all right.
him.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody's mad because we got rid of Magoop or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Magoo.
They're crying
Magoo.
about that now. What are they
They're
doing?
still crying about Jano.
Him and his little beady, squinty eyes.
They're still crying about Marquette King.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mr. Punter and 15-yard penalty.
Switzer, Carradine,
Yeah.
Actually, Barry Switzer.
Yeah.
Everybody. Barry.
Carradine, what are you going to do? The guy, chokes himself to death while,
Mr. Closet.
you can't have that guy playing on your team.
No, you don't want those people. You're trying to clean up the NFL. You don't want them in there.
Stealing Bruce Lee's job anyway.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Jaguars guys, man?
No.
Yeah, what did they do? They got arrested.
Yeah, they went to some club in London
Oh, here we go.
And they sat down, and everybody, they started getting sent bottles and drinks and everything else. And somehow at the end of the night, the bill totaled like 50,000 pounds, which is like $64,000 in American money. And they were like, no way, man, we didn't order this stuff. Everybody kept sending it to us. So I guess they said, screw you, like any other American person would do in Europe. You, commies. And they decided to run out the door. And then the bobbies grabbed them, or whatever they call cops in England. And they had to spend 9 hours in jail, and I guess the tab was paid.
That's not the funniest story, though.
No.
The funniest story of football players being arrested, the Donkeys' backup quarterback.
That was the best.
Where did he he trespassed on Von Miller's party?
No. He was at Von Miller's party.
Yeah, he was at the party.
And we've all had that friend.
Yeah.
That because I've had friends being arrested for the same
Was
thing.
he a peeping Tom? Was he
No,
peeping?
he just wandered into somebody's house,
Yeah,
sat down on the couch, and was, he was just blackout drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like
man.
a couple blocks down from whatever theater they were having a party at.
Oh, that's
And he
terrific.
just and then the guy beat him with like some sort of vacuum pipe, and he ran out the door. And then the cops found him sitting in front of the theater in his SUV,
bleeding.
I had a I had a friend. Well, it is a story. So one night I'm hanging out at a buddy's place, and this particular buddy was on medication for being crazy. He used to see smoke.
They're always fun.
He used to see smoke coming out of the hood of his car that wasn't there, and he would see people hanging out at a picnic bench that didn't exist, and, so he was on pills for it, and pretty good pills too, by the way. Raiders touchdown!
Hey, touchdown!
Jared Cook.
Is
Is that Cook?
Oh no, was it? Yep.
Yes.
It's Jared Cook.
Of course.
So
Touchdown Raiders.
So anyway,
The new Papa.
Anyway, we're all partying at my buddy's house that night, and the crazy friend, and his wife, the neighbor made her a margarita. So she walked over to the neighbor's house, and he mixed her, because he was drinking a margarita, and she's like, "Where'd you get that?" He's like, "Oh, I'll make you one." Well, apparently, my crazy friend didn't appreciate that. And so the way he reacted was he picked up his television and threw that out the window, and then he started throwing all the condiments out of his refrigerator at the wall. And, us knuckleheads are laying there laughing, just trying to dodge all the stuff that he's throwing.
Because condiments being thrown at a wall when somebody's drunk is one of the most funniest things ever.
The TV was hilarious.
Oh, the TV is always hilarious.
But so he just, he broke all his own crap, and we were like, "You're breaking your own shit." We were having a blast. And then the cops came and took him to jail. And then we just proceeded to break the rest of his crap. We were like, "Let's throw this and die."
Break it all out.
Yeah, so we were having fun. And then, but one of my friends disappeared. I must have went home, I don't know what happened to him. He calls me the next day, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Chuck?" I saw Adam in jail. I was like, "What were you doing in jail?" I was like, I don't know. At some point, I decided to walk home. Now, he lived probably about 20 miles away from where we were. He's like, "And I don't know, man. I walked into this apartment, and there was a family sitting in there watching TV. And I got all confused, and then I tried to leave, and I ended up in their closet. And so we've all had friends that.
Exactly.
But when it's the Donkeys quarterback, it's terrific. It's hilarious.
It makes it extra special funny. If the Jets didn't have a quarterback, I'd say he would be there next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he's not on Jacksonville already.
Right.
Well, back in the day, the Jets would have traded for him.
I would have. It would have been funnier if it was what's his name, Keenan.
Keenan. That would have been great.
But now they're giving Von Miller a hard time.
Yeah.
Because the guy was at his party.
Yeah.
He's like,
well, And they were all dressed as Chappelle characters.
And in Von Miller's defense, he didn't know the dude was an idiot.
No.
You know?
No. But I think they're giving them all a hard time because they were all dressed as, like, characters from Chappelle's show.
All right.
And they were all holding bags of Coke and, like, pretending like they were smoking crack, like the various...
Right.
Like, I'm Rick James, bitch!
Yeah.
You know, they were all dressed as characters like that.
Ah.
So everybody is assuming this dude actually did real drugs. And,
Right.
You know, I don't know if they're real or not, but they're all, you know, they said they're real. So.
Von Miller wants to be a Raider. Just letting
Yes,
you guys
I
know.
agree.
I think he does too.
Yeah. He says more positive stuff about the Raiders than 90% of the Raider fans.
I think he does too, man.
You know? He wants to. I think he likes that. You know, those former Raiders or former Broncos that went over to the Raiders.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And as far as he's far better than Khalil Mack, man.
Absolutely,
he's
man.
far better, man.
Yeah.
Far better. You know.
Hey, Carlson puts it in.
Carlson
All right.
banged it through.
Hey, good
Nice.
job, Clarkson.
Kelly.
Clarkson, Kelly,
Charlie, whatever
you
your
know,
name is.
Charlie Boy.
Carlton. Good job.
Carlton. He's going to do the dance afterwards.
Yeah. Mr. Fresh Prince.
You got your first one. You got your first one in. Now you got some trade value for next week.
Yeah, exactly. You'll ask for too much money, and Johnny will cut your ass.
Yeah.
So,
And then the Raider
He wants-
Nation
he
will
wants-
start crying.
yeah.
He wants a max deal.
Yeah. Remember that
Everybody.
field goal he kicked? I really miss him.
He wants a max deal. He wants,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did we get rid of Janikowski? Because he's a kicker and he's making $700 million.
yeah. He's 41 years old. He's making like $17 million.
And he sat out half of last season for old people injuries.
Can we just like
what's his injury? He's old.
Yeah, he was old. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can we just touch upon like they killed us when we drafted him? Remember that because we who just right. So as soon as we get rid of him when he's old, they kill us.
They kill us anyway.
And look, we love Janikowski.
Oh, I love
Right?
Jano.
But it was time to move on. And
Yeah.
I loved it when he was like
he's-
what that.
He's
that-
going to finish his season out with Seattle. I
Yeah.
think this will be it.
Yeah, he's
get-
going into the Hall as a Raider.
As a Raider.
I just
You
loved
know.
it. I loved it back in the day when he was like a hardcore drinker and he would. Can you imagine seeing him walk into a club, man?
Yeah.
Just this Polish
Yeah.
dude just rolling in there.
Just drunken Polak.
Oh, God.
A drunken
He comes-
Eastern European
comes-
with a couple of vials in
He
his
comes
pocket.
wandering in, and people don't know. They're like, well, who's that guy? Oh, he plays football for the Raiders. What is
Yeah.
he, a linebacker? No, he's
No,
the kicker.
He's their kicker.
He he probably walks up to the bouncer and just knocks him out and just walks through. That's all. Because he's so freaking hammered.
Oh.
He was all the time.
Probably tips all the bouncers $500.
Yeah.
You don't see nothing.
You don't see anything.
You don't see anything when I'm bringing out the vial ski.
All right.
Oh, we got a third down now.
Okay, good. Even
All
the
right.
defense is stepping up.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't
Okay. People need to call into the show because I have a serious question. Okay,
732-798-0257.
there you go.
Let's be interactive, people. Come on.
does it count if I call in though?
Yes.
I have a serious question. Okay. There's talk about the Raiders going to trade Irvin. Or Irvin, whatever. And whatever. What is the deal with Bowman? How come no team in the NFL is giving him a look?
I don't know.
I mean, the last time I checked, guy was good. He played. Is he some kind of pariah?
He's
Why does all these teams are signing these defensive retreads, and this guy is sitting there? And
I don't know.
The last time I seen him, he wasn't a defensive retread.
no, when he was on our team last year.
Exactly.
I would have gave him a 1-year deal just for the sheer fact he caught the first interception for us at the end of the year.
Yes.
I mean, he was laying on his back, and it
Yeah,
just
and-
kind of
and-
landed in his hands. But you know
still-
what? You have to be able to,
No one else could have done that.
No.
But you still got to realize nobody is signing him. Why?
I don't know.
What is the deal out there? Does anybody have any kind of
Yeah, call us up.
theories, whatever? What's the deal?
All you Facebook GMs
Yes.
and head coaches out there must
Yes.
have the answers.
Yeah,
You-
somebody has to know.
You all seem to know everything.
Yeah.
You know, while you're doing your, working at your gas station job.
Well, they play a lot of Madden too.
I mean, does everybody know he didn't suck when he played with us? For whatever.
He didn't suck when he played for the Niners either.
He didn't suck. He didn't suck playing the 10 weeks for us last year.
No,
he did not suck. Why is this guy not signed by anybody? Never mind the Raiders. Anybody. Bad teams, good teams. Surely somebody would have to take a flyer on this guy and sign him for something.
There's got to be a reason.
What is the reason? That's what we need to know.
732-798-0257. All right? You can call that number at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's going right to Google. None of us, you're not waking anybody up.
Yeah.
So, when you're up drinking your whiskey late at night, crying about whatever Gruden did, crying about Marquette King getting traded away, and it just ruined everything, and the hot dog guy's gone now. Call us up and let us know. We need to know.
But
why isn't Bowman playing for somebody?
Yeah, I mean, here's a guy that was like, all pro since he came into the league, and nothing from anybody.
Can I also bring up another player? How is Des Bryant not on a team?
I don't know.
Like the Cowboys gave up a number one for Cooper when Des Bryant never dropped really passes.
Des Bryant would be the same thing they're gonna get from Cooper.
Yeah, I know.
Cheaper.
How is he not like the Raiders should have picked him up?
I don't see why not.
No, I don't get it. But
and he's a big dude too. He's tall.
And you know what? And he'll go after the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Cooper won't go after the ball. Cooper won't bang and trash and everything in there to get the ball.
Well, now everybody's saying now Cooper's going to ball out in Dallas.
Yeah, well,
that was the missing piece that Dallas needed.
In the last 8 weeks, he's going to catch like 1,500 yards worth of passes and 10 touchdowns. That's the luck of the Raiders.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to go, oh, look at how stupid that was. Well, hey, can I get another Yingling? Yeah, cool. But, I mean, look at Mac.
This is what we do on our podcast. We order drinks.
Beer order is in.
Where's Mackey been for the last 2 weeks? His ankle shot.
Yeah, his ankle's injured.
So
he's got a boo-boo.
He was, sporadic last week, didn't play this week. They're saying he's not playing next week. So,
so sorry.
It's the $97 million man.
Yeah, $97 million, and they're just going to play him for Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
So.
Jets couldn't have done us a solid, though, today.
Sure,
bastards.
Yeah. Hey.
The Jets disappoint.
Yeah. I'm
a Raiders fan. The Jets disappoint me.
From episode 1, we have Danny Barr here looking at us now. He's not happy about that either.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not.
All right, we're gonna break away, and we'll be back with the Chris Potts, Bill Mackey halftime report. Actually, we're gonna have the mortician come on the show and give us his
the official Raider Undertaker,
his funeral preparation for this season for the Oakland Raiders.
The official Undertaker of the Raider Nation.
They're not buried yet, but Don is putting the makeup on him.
Yes,
he's got that fake jacket on him, and
he's doing the hair.
Yep, he's doing the hair. The organs are out. So
the formaldehyde is running.
He'll come
clearly.
on. He'll come on and tell you all about it.
Yes.
All right.
Later.
Hey, what's up? You're listening to the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz, posted by the NJ Black Hole. We are here at the Irish Cottage in Hamburg, New Jersey.
All right, it is, before we do the, Chris Potts Worldwide, Bill Mackey Report, we have the official New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole. This is our vice president, Don Brosman, but he is also our official Undertaker. And he's here, as we promised, to give the post-mortem of the season, the funeral preparation
There's no funeral to prepare for. Always have faith, always follow through, always a Raider fan.
They say you're fitting me for a coffin soon because.
So.
All right.
No, there's no funeral.
No,
you just keep following. That's it.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't care how the season is.
I agree. There's no funeral prep for the Raiders. And I said last season, I've been yelling at my TV for years, going every time that Al Davis would come out and fire the coach, I would say, here we go again. Because there's no consistency in this team.
Correct.
I keep trying to beat this into the heads of Raider fans.
Yep.
When we fired our head coach last year and we brought in John Gruden, guess what? That means we're starting over. All right?
Exactly.
Very
so
true.
there is no funeral drum beating for the Raiders. But for the season, is there a funeral drum to beat for this season, Don?
As far as going to the Super Bowl, it ain't happening. As far as the team excelling and doing better with every game, I pray they do all the time. I don't write them off ever.
You see, that's what a fan does, people. And Don, how long you been a fan of this team?
Oh, geez. I started playing youth football probably in '68.
There you go, folks.
Yep.
So we're I know to some of you listening, we're preaching to the choir, but there's people out there that listen, Raider Nation, get yourselves together. Pay attention to the dog pound in Cleveland. They didn't act like this.
No.
They didn't throw temper tantrums, and they stuck with their team. They had a parade for them last year.
That's right. That's right.
Get it together, guys. Support your team. Understand you have a new coach. You don't agree with his. You have no idea what choices are being made or why they're being made. You have to just accept. This is my team, and I'm going to roll with it.
Exactly.
Chuck, me and you were talking about this earlier. We were saying the first time Chucky came to the Raiders, he did the same exact thing. He got rid of players that everybody cried about because they were veteran, longtime veterans. Doesn't fit his mold, doesn't fit his scheme. But no matter what, Raider Nation doesn't even pay attention to that. Like they're all upset because we traded Khalil Mack, a once-in-generational player, blah blah blah. You know what? We got two first rounds for that.
That's right. That's right.
That's once in a generational draft picks. There you go.
Listen, Khalil Mack is not John Matuzak.
No.
Khalil Mack is not Howie Long.
No.
Khalil
Alzado.
Mack is not Lyle Alzado. Those are, and that the word didn't even exist back then, generational player. Right?
Exactly.
You guys are making stuff up. You're creating, catchphrases.
Even with Cooper, I said it all the way up until he was traded. I was like, they're asking for a number one. They're not going to budge on it. And everyone's like, no, they're going to get a 2 or maybe a 3. I go, no, they're going to get a number 1. And I go, Dallas is going to be the most dumbest team to do it.
And they did it.
Thank you, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, thank you. You see what he did? Remember what he did? What was it, years ago with Roy Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, a first, a second, and a third he gave up or something for him, and that guy didn't do anything.
All right. Well,
Yep.
Before we do the Chris Potts, Bill Mackey halftime report, I see we have somebody's wife over here giving the eye over to Don. Let's get out of here.
he leaves halftime. So
I got a
it's pretty
family to
good
feed.
Don leaves, he's got a family to feed, and he leaves at halftime because he just how Raider fans are superstitious.
And I am.
That's one of Don's superstitions. I find.
Yeah, but
and we're ahead right now, so
Exactly. So we're definitely got a better chance.
He's going home to a nice crock of venison chili, man.
There you go.
Jealous. I'm jealous.
So before we go into the next segment, you got any closing words to the listeners, Don?
Just keep the faith, folks. Keep
There
the
you
faith.
go.
Raider Nation, man, for life. Once you dive into it, you're stuck with it. So there's no reason to get out, no reason to complain. Just always be there for your team and support them.
There you go. All right, you heard it from the Undertaker.
Thank you.
All right, up next, the Chris Potts, Bill Mackey halftime report.
All right, halftime report.
Yeah, halftime report. Bill and Potts.
It's
Chris Potts worldwide.
Thanks, Chuck. Tom's out having a smoke. He's relaxing.
I mean, I don't know. It's we know they're tanking. We know they're tanking for this year.
Yeah, but
so I'm trying to muster up anything. They're up. They're up. It's 14-13. They actually look pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're tackling good. They're fighting.
Yeah.
But let's get down to the media. Let's talk about these refs.
Oh yeah.
What calls? What how do you call that? How about the first one? The what was it? Pass interference on the defense. When it was pass interference on the offense, he pushed off on him.
Yep.
The guy went 5 yards.
All right. The receiver ran up to the linebacker, shoved him.
Yeah.
And somehow
we get past it.
We get past it.
Or how about the tackle that made for loss? That
was classic. That was classic.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I mean,
oh, God.
As Raiders fans, we're used to flags.
Yes.
We know flags are coming.
Oh, they're coming.
But sometimes you're just looking and you're like, dude, you're reaching?
Yeah.
You're reaching.
Yeah.
Reaching.
Tom's Pizza was just delivered to the table.
Tom's Pizza.
Sorry. Yeah.
Tom's Pizza in the house.
Tom orders up. Tom. So I mean, we're up by 1 point.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like the guys are getting open, but the defense got to make some stops though. That's the big thing.
Knock on wood. I'm going to knock on wood on this. Carr's looking like Carr.
Yeah,
he's looking like the real Carr.
Yeah.
He's driving the ball confidently. Even when they're rushing on him, he's hitting what he needs to hit.
Yeah, he completed that one pass. That first down.
And that was a completely collapsing pass rush on him. He had no time at all.
That pocket was done.
He still hit Cook.
He stayed in there and he took it.
Yeah.
So for all you Carr trading fans, it might happen. I don't know, but I don't see it happening. I think he's one guy that's not touchable. I think they're not going to trade him.
That's one. I will say, it's nice to get those picks for Amari, but you guys just ruined my Amari jersey. It's one of the nicest jerseys I have.
It is. It's the white one, right?
Yeah, it's the white one.
Yeah,
it's the white one.
Nice.
It's a nice damn jersey.
It's shiny, pristine.
and now I can't wear the damn thing.
But Bill wears it here, and he doesn't eat anything. He's careful when he's drinking. It's like
I am extremely careful.
He doesn't
with
even
that
stand near anybody. It's just like it is.
I see people eating food. I'm about 5 foot back at the table. It's a nice damn jersey.
Yeah. Well, you can. Once a Raider's always a Raider, though. They'll be back.
Yeah, it's true.
So
good point.
So I mean, you know what? It's not. It's a halftime of.
Yeah,
it is.
That's quite.
I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns. Yeah, but the defense is still letting Indy chug downfield.
Yeah.
They got to stop getting these chunk plays. Stop. You got to stop them, and you know what? The penalties are not helping either. The stupid false calls, I would call them, or the phantom calls. I don't get it.
It was bizarre. And actually, I ran into a Colts fan on the way here, which is very odd because when do you see a Colts fan in Jersey? But I'm walking into Vernon Acme, and we basically just looked at each other. We had a small conversation, but it was basically like, not even good luck, whatever. It was more just like, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happens.
Yeah, whatever happens.
We're both screwed. Yeah, it happens.
I ran into a Browns fan today.
Whoa!
He was wearing a Browns jersey, but I think it was a. Am I right? Ernest Biner played for the Browns, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was wearing a Biner jersey, I think. Wow. So he's an old fan.
Yeah, that is a retro fan.
I gave him mad props. So I was like, all right, you're an old fan. If you have a Biner jersey,
yeah. But it looks like we're coming into the third here.
All right.
James Lofton is still looking like a ghoul.
Did he die and no one told him?
A guy looks like one of the gentlemen from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, all right. So third.
Don out.
Third start.
Good to see you, sir.
We don't have too much to break down.
Not too much breakdown. We're starting a third. We get the ball.
Yep.
So that's a positive.
All righty, folks.
All right.
Raider Nation, boys.
Carr pump fake, comes back the other way. Wide open is Cook, and he has got it from the 22-yard line. It's Doug Martin again inside the 20, lowers his shoulder. Carr look his way here. Carr, with pressure coming. Carr escapes, fires, Carr, touchdown! Brandon LaFell, his first touchdown as a Raider, and Oakland back on top. Basically absent today.
All right, well, since halftime, the Raiders were up 21-13, and now it's 21-21.
Yeah, that was,
I don't know. Big play given up by the defense,
exactly, yes, it was, especially on that 2-point conversion.
So now we have to answer this. But I'm telling you, man, they're looking good today.
Yeah, they're looking like they're gonna answer a touchdown in this game, not like the previous.
It's a, it's going to be. I think our friend Bill Mackey has officially declared this is going to be a shootout.
Okay, good.
And we do well in those.
Yes.
Historically, we have done well in those.
Nice, thanks, man. Now we got fresh beers.
We got fresh beers. There's no cucumbers in them.
No.
I
was thinking toasted almond.
I know.
Toasted marshmallow.
I take a break from. We have a bye week, and all of a sudden I go on Facebook, and I got Tom's posting pictures of toasted marshmallow beer. Fitz is posting pictures of what did he have? Cucumber beer.
Yeah, cucumber
cream ale.
Yeah. To me, I wouldn't have bought a cucumber cream ale.
No, I wouldn't have bought any of that crap.
Well, I was at a place down.
You had to respond to his picture.
Yeah, it was a make your own 6-pack place where I was at, and I seen one of them, and I grabbed it as a goof.
As far as I'll go with that is I had that peanut butter porter because it was called Sweet Baby Jesus, and I love that movie.
Okay.
From Founders.
But peanut butter with porter, it's kind of like Reese's in a bottle. It's I can understand that.
Yeah.
But the cucumber cream and they leave that for the Chiefs fans.
Yeah, the cucumber cream ale. I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I could see a cucumber lager.
But Chuck,
whatever I had was
the cream ale.
Whatever I had was it was like a pilsner. It was a lager.
Yeah.
And it was very it was like cucumber water from what's that movie, Potts?
Chuck, the cucumber accents the water in such a way. The other guys.
God, this water is good. Terry, have you tried the water?
Shut up, Alan.
I assure you, I have no idea what you're talking about. I understand there was a bit of a mix-up with the whole scaffolding business.
The cucumber accents the water in such a way that
it's so great.
It accented the beer.
What was it? Something
he's running to the outside. There we go. Oh, and there's a flag.
There's a flag.
And that does not surprise me.
So, well, the toasted marshmallow beer is from some brewery in Massachusetts.
It sounds about right.
Yep.
By Boston somewhere. So,
yeah. What happened last night? You follow baseball.
9-6 Red Sox.
So what is that? What's their standing in the series right now?
3-1 Red Sox. If they win tonight, then it's over.
It's done.
Then
I'm not a baseball guy. I'll typically root for the Dodgers only because that was my grandfather's favorite team.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It just bores the crap out of me. I think baseball is like one of those games you're supposed to know math and all that stuff.
Probably, yeah. You got to be like a chess player. One of those type of things.
Something's we got the noise again.
To follow along in baseball.
I'm about to sing the Billy Milano song again.
I look like, I look at it as, I'm a Yankee fan. I follow what Brian Cashman does as a GM. And it boggles my mind that the Raiders can't do the same thing in football. Because this dude is like, he's got, 6 rings. He's been to the world. He's got teams that have been to the World Series 8 times. They're there every year in the playoff, conversation. And he makes shrewd deals. Some are stupid. Some are asinine. Some
third
get the
and
whole.
one, 3rd and 1. We got it.
There we go.
Wow,
First
we
down.
got it. First down.
Some get the whole entire tri-state.
2, 3,
First down. Some get the entire New York City area calling for his head, just like the Raider Nation is doing for Johnny and Reggie and everybody else. But you know what? You got to wait and see what happens.
Those guys get paid a lot of money to do what they do.
They do get paid a lot of money to do what they do.
I'm just a fan.
That's all I am, too.
You know?
As a
I got to
fan.
ride with this crap.
Yep.
And see what happens.
Exactly.
Wow. What a catch by Cook.
Nice.
2, 3, first down. But
Jared Cook there, man.
Who the hell am I to
I think Cooper got
criticize,
that off the turf.
Yeah.
Right before it hit the turf, that looked like. Watch. Whoa, right almost there.
Man, these Raiders are looking pretty good against the Colts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is all right, man. And we got the Niners next.
Hey.
Is that
Battle of the
Thursday?
Bay, Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Keep the momentum rolling, man.
And who we got after that?
Hey,
Some other crappy team.
Are you boys coming out for Thursday?
Yeah, probably after that we have like the Patriots,
No. What do we got? We got the Niners. And the black
down.
hole is happy in Jersey right now.
First down.
First down.
They're all screaming out here, man.
All right, hey, where's Peter? Can you slice a cucumber and throw it in everybody's beer over here to get a little rowdy?
Yeah, calm them down.
Little toasted marshmallow, little mellows
Yeah,
out.
throw some marshmallows in our
Get
beer.
that melatonin out. Let's calm them down.
Yeah, I'm still, you know what? I'm still flabbergasted. Like,
You're pissed off about Marquette King?
yes. No, I'm mad because they got rid of my favorite water guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, he was worth it. He'd punt, and then you get a 15-yard penalty.
All right. Right after this touchdown, we're going to go off the rails.
Okay.
But we're going to wait until the Raiders score. Then we're
Okay.
going off the rails, and I'm going to direct you because I know where we're going with it.
Uh-oh.
You know what?
I'll ride with Chuck anywhere. Here we go.
Now let me get. Who the hell do we have? We got this crap team. Then we got the 49ers, and we got some other crap team. Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
Oh, there's no reason why we shouldn't win 3 in a row.
We should be able to win these 3 games, especially if they play like they're playing today. You know?
That
Oh,
should
we
be a
needed a
penalty
touchdown.
on the Colts player because he got in the way.
Yeah, except there was Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that would have been a penalty if it was the Patriots on the field or one of these other, Golden Boy teams.
Baltimore lost again. Our tickets are going down.
That's right. That's right.
Look on the positive side.
There's tickets available for like $40-something now.
Nice.
Today's looking great, man. I don't have to do jury duty this week. They said I do not have to report.
Listen, man, jury duty is a civic responsibility.
I know,
It's
I
a
did
very
it.
important part of being an American.
Yeah, I know. I signed up. I did the whole thing. I waited for it.
Serve your country, man.
Yeah, well, they said they gave me an automatic. Now you don't even have to go there. They give you an automatic email
Yeah, they
saying
give you
don't.
an automated message. Yeah.
It's like
you got to call before 5.
I've been selected for jury duty like 5 times in New Jersey.
This is my first time ever.
Would you believe
And I'm 40.
Would you believe they never pick me?
Why?
I don't know. I sat through 2.5 days of crap and they didn't pick me the last time.
But
I'm thanking God because it was like a really stupid thing that I didn't have 8 weeks to go through.
Twice I got to the questioning part,
Yeah.
and the first time they're like, what kind of bumper sticker do you have on your car? I said, I don't have any bumper stickers on my car. They said, if you did, what would it say? And I would say, my bumper sticker would say, whatever bumper sticker is on your car, I disagree. And then the next time they and I'm more than willing to serve on the jury. I think it is an important part of our process.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I have no problem with that. But, I'm also, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I I work in New York, and in New York the law is your employer actually has to pay you when you're on jury duty.
I think that's the law in Jersey too.
Well, it might be now. It didn't used to be.
Yeah, it is because a couple years ago when I was on jury duty, I got paid.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there like, oh, there's no way they're letting me off of this, and the judge says I just want to let everybody know there are 4 attorneys involved in this case. We anticipate this case is going to last 3 to 6 months. And and guys are getting up and they're going, is there any reason you can't serve? And like, well, I own my own business, and they were letting them go. And now it's whittling down. There's only a few of us left, and I'm like, the judge, he's like, is there any reason you can't serve? And I said, well, I'm in a punk rock band, and I have a tour booked next month, and I've got contract obligations, and if I don't show up, then I'm in debt. And he's like, okay, you're free to go.
Oh,
I think all I had to say was I'm in a punk rock band.
And they were sending you out the door.
That would have been the end of it.
It would have been hands off. Nope. Okay.
But I'd be more than happy to serve on a jury, but not for 6 months.
Nice. Touchdown Raiders. Nice. What got into them today?
I know.
Wow.
Look at this.
Yeah, can I ask you a question? LaFell has been playing great today. LaFell has been playing really good today. Why didn't they start him? Like,
I don't know.
2 weeks ago. Like, they made him inactive.
What I promised was that we're going to go off the rails now.
Okay.
And,
They scored.
We recorded a show. We recorded a show on Tuesday of last week, and I don't know what we did, but it was unusable. So we said, well, the Raiders are on a bye week. I'm going on a bye week too.
Sure.
I could have done another podcast selfie, but those suck.
Yeah.
So, but we had some really good stuff on that. And Chris, you didn't get to hear it. Mackie, you didn't get to hear it. So, Mackie, I know you can't hear us on the headphones, but you need to listen to this. We're off the rails, and we have a story that needs to be shared with Raider Nation.
Man.
Our friend Tom here used to work at a
adult bookstore.
Adult novelty store.
Novelties, yes.
And there was something about a Republican convention for George Bush. I don't know which one. Senior, right?
Yeah. Bush, Bush the Elder.
You tell the story.
Okay.
Try to keep it, below the X-rated level so I don't have to do too much editing.
I'll try. Okay. It was about, I would say, I don't know, Bush the Elder was in, so had to be, I don't know, 92, 93, somewhere around there. I was working at an adult bookstore down.
Not the purple one.
Not the purple one.
The one up the road.
Yeah, the one up the road from the purple one. Down in Randolph. Bush the Elder was speaking at the big AT&T complex down about a half hour away from there. And he was speaking about his family values and all the other stuff and New World Order, blah, 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 blah. About an hour after he was done, the parking lot started filling up with, Mercedes, Jaguars, Beamers, every kind of luxury car you can imagine. All the conservatives started come wafting in with their suits and just getting their tokens, heading into the booths. One guy, I didn't take a particular thing about anybody else, but I'm sitting there and I'm watching TV, and this one gay guy comes out of the booth. And he comes up to me and he's like, one of the suit guys keeps running back and forth between the booths, banging on the doors, trying to get in. So I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look. So I look down the hallway and I see this guy naked. And he goes running across into this other booth. Then I see him come running out and he goes running into another booth. So the gay guy standing there, he's like, see, he's disturbing us. I was like, well, okay. So I grabbed this bat from underneath the counter. Now, the politically correct version of this bat, my psyche prevents me from saying, but the bat said on it. So I head back into the booths, and I see where the guy goes, and I smash the bat on the door. This guy comes flying out. He's got like $1,000 Armani suit on a hanger, and he's butt-ass naked. I chase him out of this booth. I chase him out onto Route 10 in New Jersey in Randolph.
I know where you're at, Tom.
At like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, this guy goes running out, butt-ass naked, jumps into his $125,000 Beamer or whatever the hell it was, takes off up Route 10. Now, there's your family values for you. You know this, know that, George Bush, New World Order. So,
and
there you go. The moral of the story is that's all you need to know about our government.
The moral of the story is, George Bush, I really miss you.
Yeah, really.
Because
Bush the Elder.
Because
not Bush Jr.
I even miss him.
Yeah.
In today's climate.
Yeah.
There's a monkey running the show now.
Yeah.
And I'm not I'm not a political, I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm not center. I'm like all over the place. Yeah, I have common sense. And you people have a buffoon that you elected into office. And there's people sending out bombs and all kinds of crazy crap. Like this guy's, I can't, there's no way for me to be politically correct about it. This guy is the Russians and what is he doing now? Oh, kids, and I said this on the other podcast that you didn't get to hear. Kids, congratulations. And I actually think it's awesome because I miss those days, but you're all going to learn how to hide under your desks again and all that because we're ripping up the nuclear deal that Reagan signed for no reason at all.
Watch the movies Failsafe.
They're going to make another The Day After movie that we're all going to have. You're going to make our kids watch. We're going to be paranoid of nuclear holocaust for no reason. Except there's an idiot.
Personally, I think
run amok.
I think these kids need to hide under desks.
Yes.
Nowadays, they need to know fear because they're just too as my daughter would say, extra.
And we were
all
talking
extra.
We were talking about
whatever the hell that means.
We were talking about when are the good punk rock songs going to come out about this? Kids, listen to the new Louis Seidel record.
Yeah,
because they got some great political songs on there. It's good stuff, man.
And that was another thing.
You'll get the gist of it.
I mean, Biafra seen all of this stuff coming in 1980. And it's all documented in the Dead Kennedys music if you care to pay attention.
That's right.
And his his biggest target, Jerry Brown and Feinstein.
And
it wasn't Republicans. The only Republican he targeted was Reagan. Right. Everybody else was a California liberal Democrat.
They were all fair game.
Yes.
Because back then we knew that they were all full of crap.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
They're all full of crap. Stop encouraging these idiots.
Yes. Biafra knew that 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You should listen to him.
Absolutely, man.
And listen to the Guantanamo Bay School of Medicine.
Yeah. And you know what Jello Biafra is? You know what Jello Biafra's big headache is right now? Bill, what do you think? You know what Jello Biafra's biggest gripe is right now? Jerry Brown is still governor and we still have to tell Nazis to f off. What's going on?
Exactly.
I told you idiots back in 1980. Jerry Brown is back, and we still have to tell Nazis to f off.
It's the suede denim secret police.
And Feinstein is still in office.
Yes.
And Reagan looks like a genius right now.
Exactly, he does. That and now it's all come full circle. The whole thing has come full circle in 40 years.
That meme they put out when Obama was president with George W. Bush. Do you miss me now?
Yeah.
Like Yes, the answer's yes.
Yes.
We miss you now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, we're going to go back to watching the Raiders and
letting Indy drive.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening.
Thanks.
Somebody has the ball.
Yeah, but, whatever. It's 28-21.
Yeah.
And we're letting them drive down the field because.
Of course.
But you know what? It's one of those. Our offense is doing good when they get out there.
It's a shootout, man.
It's a shootout.
Just like Mackie said, man.
All right, I'm finito for tonight. Let's watch the rest of this game.
Okay, sounds good to me, man. And we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
All right, later.
First down, Doug Martin lost the football, kicked around, and who has it? The Colts are indicating they have it. Darius Leonard forced the fumble. Who came away with it? We have not had a turnover in the game today. They separate the pile. Still no signal. Colts say they have it.
Straight ISO handoff, and you look at the tomahawk chop that Darius Leonard put on that. He just went straight after the ball.
Another handoff to Mack, trying the right side. Mack bounces it all the way toward the sideline, and a late flag comes in. That looks like it's going to be a horse collar tackle.
In the box, and you make it a one-on-one against Gilchrist, the safety back there.
Mack up the middle. Can he get in? Luck says he did. No signal yet. He's in. And now we do a touchdown. Second of the day for Marlon Mack. Carr dumps it down to Rashard at the 40, and he gets to the 43-yard line. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth down for the Raiders. Trying to keep this drive alive. Carr throwing, and it's incomplete. Intended for LaFell on 4th and 2.
All right, this is Tom. I guess we're going to be wrapping up our show here. If you have any questions for me, or you want to call in and talk about anything you want on the Raider Fan Club Blitz, our number is 732-798-0257. Feel free. Ask me about Mr. Skittles. I love Mr. Skittles. We're also going to give a shout out to the Irish Cottage, our home base. They are located at 602 Route 23 North in Franklin, New Jersey. And their number is 973-827-2090. And give us a call. Let us know what you think. Questions, comments, anything you want to say. Feel free. Talk to you next week. Bye.